let's start our Christmas TGIF in our Christmas mood with our special guest today. She is not really a mate, but she does do a lot of amazing work for LanCul, especially in social media and also, well, in kind of backstage of LanCul as well. So let's welcome our amazing star, Natsu-chan. Natsu, come here.
Hello!
Hi!
Merry Christmas, guys! Who's here? Yumiko-san, Sophia-san, Katsu-san, Kazumi-san, Mayumi-san, Yuki-san. Hi!
Hello, Natsu!
恥ずかしい.
Oh, why? I mean, that's nice, but...
No, but like I said that before too when I did with Ari. This is only time that I get to be a guest.
That's true.
I'm always the host.
You're the host, that's true.
Yeah, so I don't know like how to that you do this.
That's okay. I'm gonna take care of everything. Don't worry.
Please,
relax.
please,
you can answer the questions I have prepared for you. But I'm pretty sure probably all of you guys know Natsu. She's pretty
Maybe.
famous, I would say, in LanCul here with social media work and
Just because I'm everywhere.
you're everywhere.
Maybe like you guys open the app and like every single day it's me, right?
It's Natsu.
I'm sorry if you're tired of me. It's me again.
No, we're never tired of you. No, no. But
Yeah, but thank you for joining. Yeah, like on Christmas.
That's actually a good point. That is a good point. Christmas is like party time. It's a date time.
Like
as
you
well.
told me, there are many bookings today, and I was actually surprised.
Yeah.
Like it's Christmas Eve. It's Eve.
Yeah.
Christmas Eve, and also like I was walking around a little bit. There's so many people out, right?
It's
So
crazy.
thank you so much for choosing to spend the night with us here. It's amazing.
And Natsu was worried, like, oh, it's Christmas, nobody was gonna show up. But no, you guys are here. Of course you're here. I was assuring her that no problem.
Thank
People
you
love
guys.
you, girl.
Thank you.
So Natsu-chan,
Hi.
I have some questions for you. This time you can relax and be the guest, and you don't have to worry about anything. So first question, really kind of basic one, but I would like you to like shortly, I mean, it's not really needed, but shortly introduce yourself.
Of course. My name is Natsu. I was born and raised in Japan, specifically in Kanagawa, which I love. And when I was 17, well, I started dancing ballet since when I was 2 years old. And then when I was 17, I moved to New York in the States for the dance school. And then I got in the dance company, like a ballet company in Washington, D.C., where the White House is. And then I moved to another company in San Diego, California. Then I moved back to Japan. So basically, I was doing ballet entire life.
How old were you when you moved back to Japan?
22?
22.
Yeah.
So what, five years in the States? 5-6 years?
Yeah, 5 years in the States and then came back.
Quite a long time.
Quite a long time.
How would you like compare your life in the States to life in Japan?
It's really different, though it's me right here and there. It's the same person, but I feel like it's completely different life because of the culture and people. But also like what I do, like in the States, I was dancing.
Right.
All year, right? That was the only thing that I was doing. But here, I'm doing completely different stuff. So with that, of course, like it's totally different life, but mostly I will feel like culture and people around makes it really different.
What would be, you would like, maybe if you could choose kind of a biggest challenge of living away of Japan or outside of Japan, or basically biggest challenge of living in a different country in States?
Well, language was definitely one of them because I could not speak a word. Oh, that's a lie. I could say I'm hungry, but like very minimum.
Yeah.
本当に like from 中学校英語、高校英語, that's it. So I knew like, hello, how are you? I'm fine, thank you, and you.
The basics.
your face, yeah.
The basics.
And then like, I'm hungry, where's toilet? みたいな. Yeah,
Right.
so it was definitely really, really big challenge for me, but also to figuring out like what I am.
Oh.
Because it gets really like confusing sometimes. I don't know about you, like living in Japan, but for me, I went to the States and then I had like completely this like Japanese personality or something, but like I was also trying to fit in there, and it's not really a good thing, but I think I tried to kind of change myself a little bit, and I was kind of like, oh, I don't know, like what am I みたいな like what am I gonna do kind of thing. So that was also the biggest challenge for me too.
I think I can relate to that. Like living in Japan, it's
so
similar experience for sure, definitely. But well, you said language was the kind of like a first challenge, but obviously it's not a challenge anymore. Like you're really fluent in English now. So how was this kind of adventure of learning the language? Because of course, I know that you learned it in the States.
I get the question a lot, especially from like social media and stuff. People says like, how did you study English? みたいな like what did you do?
Right.
I always say, I didn't study, but I practiced. Like I'm not a study person at all. When I was in high school, junior high and stuff, you know, we have a subject called 英語, like English, as a subject. I hated it.
Oh.
Because it's all about grammar. And like, you know, once you get to like speak English with someone, you kind of recognize that like there's no correct or like wrong really. I mean there is, but like when it comes to conversation, it really doesn't matter. But when I was studying at school, from the textbook, it's always right or wrong. Because like there's exam and like there's score and stuff. I really didn't like it. So I gave up. I completely gave up. I was like, I'm not gonna do this.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna figure out like how to do it when I get to the States. And then I went to the States. I made friends around me. Though I couldn't speak at all, I at least tried. Tried to be around them.
That's very important.
But of course, like I couldn't keep up. You know, those like American girls, like 18 years old, 19 years old, whatever. They're like so fast,
with
right?
the slang and everything.
So it's just like 日本の女子高生みたいな. It's like, and I'm like, and I'm trying to like answer, right, or like jump in, but like it's different topic now, like oh kind of thing. But at least I tried, and I think more specifically, I tried to mimic them a lot than just trying to like study what they're saying. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like if my friends are like, "What's up?" I copy. What's up?
That's a good way to,
you know,
actually.
Because that's actually useful. Yeah.
That
So
is-
I yeah, mostly like mimic.
Good point. Good point. Guys, also question for you, like have you been in that situation where you kind of had to be thrown into a language, maybe English, where you know you didn't speak amazingly but you had to? If you had a situation like this, you can share your experience. If you have any question about that as well, you can also use the chat. So don't forget, we have that chat option for you guys. But going back to questions, after you came back to Japan, I think, if I'm correct, you almost immediately started working with LanCul.
Yes, a month after. So yeah,
A month after.
immediately.
So how was kind of, you know, it's again, I think, drastic change of environment. And LanCul is very different from ballet dancing as well.
So different.
Completely different.
So different.
How was adjusting back to, because like as you said, you kind of had to change yourself, or you felt like you had to change yourself in the States. Then you came back to Japan. How was adjusting yourself back in Japan, and also life in LanCul as well?
That was rough.
Yeah.
That was the biggest struggle that I've ever had in my life, I would say.
Ooh.
Honestly, you know, when I said like I stayed in the States for 5 years, and I moved there when I was 17, and people were like, that must have been hard for you, みたいな。超 rough, right? Like 17, moving to the States alone.
That's
like, how did you do that? But actually, it was easy because I was young. Like, I wasn't afraid of anything. I was like, yes, like, I only have potentials, みたいな。Like, I'm gonna try this. But the real struggle was coming back to Japan. Yeah. And I was 22. One, I kind of quit dancing at the time, and that was the thing that I was doing for entire my life.
Right.
So I didn't know like what I am without it. Like I couldn't really accept myself for letting it go.
Right.
And I was like, I was like, is this right things to do? Like, what do I want to do? Like, am I really okay here?
Big decision, right?
Big decision. Two, my personality, perspectives, everything completely changed. Right? So, the Japan I was seeing before I moved to the States was completely different from the Japan I was seeing at the time. Because I saw so many things in the States. Right? With the people from all over the world. In a good way, if I say, I was more open-minded, I guess. But because of that, I recognize more stuff that are not always good. So that was the struggle as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have that too?
I completely understand.
Yeah, right?
You can.
Yeah, you went back to Poland recently.
I told you like my first week I was already I want to go back to Japan.
Yeah. Oh my god, she was like,
I was so happy to be
first day she got there, I got text from her. I want to go back to Japan. Like, girl, it's only first day.
It's the one day in Poland. Like, come on. Yeah, so I completely understand. You start seeing completely different perspective, right? Like if you live in some different, like completely different countries from each other.
Exactly. And also like all of my Japanese friends are just like staying there in Japan, like going to university and got a job and stuff. So when we like, going to like have lunch or dinner together, conversation ちょっとなんかyou know what I mean? It's like
I completely understand.
しょうがないね. Like
Yeah.
a different experience.
Yeah.
But
they had their life for 5 years. You had your life for 5 years.
And sometimes, they're like, oh, なんか超 Americanized. Or like, they call me like American とか、なんか you're not Japanese anymore. Jokingly though, but that kind of made me feel like, I don't know what I am. Like, am I comfortable here? Or like, was I more comfortable there? Or like, it was a little bit of,
I completely understand. Yeah, I can definitely share that experience with you. Like, talking with my friends in Poland also, like, oh, big city girl,
Yes,
so,
Tokyo,
like, completely understand. So, I would like to kind of switch the topic. And so, since you started working in LanCul, your role drastically changed.
Yeah.
And so now you're in charge of our social media, and basically you are the face of LanCul right now, I would say. There is a lot of people also, I would say, recognizing you on the street as well, and you're doing an amazing job with our social media. I mean, guys, she's a superhero when it comes to that. So, as you probably know, you probably guys saw some of the YouTube videos. If you have YouTube or TikTok, you can also say which one is your favorite as well. We're always happy to hear the opinions. So you did all those like YouTube videos, TikToks, and our Instagram and everything like this. There's a lot of work that goes into that. A lot of work. And that's why I'm saying she's a superhero, because there's so much creativity like connected to that. What is the process of, coming up with the ideas, kind of like, imagining, we're gonna shoot this video there. Like, what's your process with this?
Also, the process has changed a lot. Like, I studied social media almost just 1 year ago, I think.
Yeah.
At the time, we had like 0 followers, like 0 contents, 0 followers, and obviously, I don't know what they like because we don't have any followers. Means we don't get reaction. You know what I mean?
That's true. That's
so
a good
I was
point.
like, man, what am I gonna do? Like, how do I start it? You know, I had no idea how to get into it, right? But I was kind of like trying to figure out what they like and stuff. So a year ago when I started, I was just trying a bunch of different like stuff for contents. Maybe they like this. Oh, they didn't. How about this? They kind of liked it. I'm gonna keep it for later again. Then how about this? Oh, they didn't like it again. You know, that was all like trying and figuring out what they like.
Trial and error kind of thing.
But now, after a year, we've got followers and now we get reactions and it's pretty obvious. So I think for me, like now I know what they want to see, what they like. So still it's like a lot to think about contents like because we post the video, upload the video every day.
Every day, yeah.
So never enough contents. So if you have like idea, send me.
You can tell us.
Yeah.
Yes. You can tell us.
But yeah, basically we have kind of like sort of series, and then I just like make something like different details inside. So it's easier now. But first I was like, my brain was like on fire all the time.
Right. Yeah, I was it's kind of like inside in like a private conversations, but we did talk about it and I did tell you like how impressed I am with how many ideas you come up with. Like we have a shooting day for YouTube videos and Natsu just like throws ideas and okay, so we're doing this. I'm like, how do you organize? Like this is incredible. This is amazing. So I was very, very curious how the process works.
Like you know how artists or we say like comedian or someone like think about the contents or idea, they just write it down at the moment, right?
Right.
Like artist goes like, oh, I like this melody, voice record, right?
True.
Otherwise they'll forget. I do the same thing. Like I get the idea from daily basis. For example, I got the idea when I was crossing the street. I said, it's blue. And then the other person said, it's green though.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, it's only in Japan.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
The sign is, we call it blue, but actually it's green.
Yeah.
And in the States, it's green light. Why is it blue? I'm gonna make the contents about it, kind of thing. So always taking a notes.
Kind of taken from everyday
So.
life thing.
I do that too.
Huh. So I kind of touched upon it before, but people do recognize you on the street now sometimes. We take a train sometimes, we will see like, oh, that's
Remember?
Yeah, it happens. If it's too personal, you don't have to answer that question, but like, how does it feel for you?
It's weird.
Yeah.
It's really weird. It's weird. I mean, like, it's not that like whenever I walk outside, like people notice me. It's not that. Like I'm just 本当にそんなじゃないですけど、it feels like I almost don't know like what to do. And I'm telling you, when someone recognizes you, it's so obvious.
Yeah.
So obvious. Like especially when I'm with Ari on the train or wherever. I think when we're like set, they recognize a lot because Ari is like super obvious, right? He stands out and stuff. So we always like, oh yeah, they definitely
know.
Yeah, us or something
They
like
know.
that. But since I got in this situation kind of thing, I always think like, how do actual celebrities live in this world?
Like super
I
famous
have
people.
no idea. Right?
Yeah. It must be interesting, like, for sure.
No, like they can't do anything, I think.
No.
It's crazy.
You gotta have like PR person and the bodyguard and everything. Like, it's yeah,
Right?
definitely.
Like even me, like I'm nothing though. I'm not the like celebrity or whatever, like I'm nothing. But sometimes like, let's go to onsen みたいな。And I think like, but it's Saturday, it's kind of popular spot. What if someone knows me and I'm naked? And I'm like, I kind of hesitate. Maybe no one knows me though, but like, what if,
What if, yeah. There's
Then
always a chance.
If you're actual celebrity, you don't go, right?
They buy the onsen.
あ、そっか。So I need to get there. あ、そっかそっか。
My god, that's really, really interesting. And we have 22 minutes, so guys, if you have any questions, you can also, again, use the chat. Don't worry, don't be scared.
Anything.
She's very nice. She doesn't bite. She is here to answer your questions. I have a few more questions, so if you guys have any, you can, of course, obviously, ask them, but I will in the meantime still be asking you some questions as well, but
we'll get back to those.
If you want to say anything, if you even want to say like, that's why I love you, your videos are amazing,
or Merry Christmas,
that can also be one. Feel free to use the chat, don't worry. We see it, we read it, but so one question, so I'm gonna go back to my questions, but guys, we see the chat, you can use it. You said when I'm with Ari, sometimes now. So how, like many videos, and especially on TikTok, I would say, you collaborate with Ari the most. I would say you're kind of duo now, right? And I'm sure probably everybody, or at least like 95% of people here know Ari from sessions, from TikToks, from YouTube. So how is Ari as your co-worker in those like social media stuff? How is working with Ari?
It's getting easier now. Honestly, like we were not that close when we started. I mean, of course we knew each other.
Yeah.
We didn't really spend time together because he's a maid and I'm not. So it means like he goes to cafe or doing sessions online. But I'm always like working with the Japanese staff, so we like work super differently.
Yeah.
But now we share one thing together, kind of thing, and I feel like I'm getting know how he likes working, and he does as well for me. But for the social media stuff, like making videos and stuff, I think we have really good chemistry when it comes to that because people say we're good acting, but Ari's super good at acting. So I bring like those contents. Oh guys, like all ideas are from me. By the way.
Yeah, I'm telling you guys, she's a superhero.
No, but anyway, yeah, I bring those contents and I say, all right, what about this? We're gonna do this and that, and then he's like, okay.
Yeah,
let's do it. Let's just wing it. And then he does that without me telling him like, can you do more like this or like that or like He knows what he's doing. And he studied film at university.
That's true, yeah.
Like how to shoot or like the lighting or like the setting, everything. So I can write the script and I can think about the contents, and he does that like camera work and stuff. Sometimes I don't know what to do. He's like, what about this, and he's really good at that. So he was like, let's stand there.
Oh.
Or like, sometimes teach me how to act.
So he's kind of going into that like director kind of role sometimes.
With that, I think our recording day for the videos goes smoothly. So I'm really, really thankful for that like he actually knows what we're doing. But yeah, he's really easy to work with.
And I would say you're really kind of easy to watch, if I can say that. Like, of course, I know you guys privately. You guys are also my friends, but when I watch your TikToks or your YouTubes that you are in, I also feel like I'm just watching, those situations like a viewer. And it's so just like tanoshii. It's really, really awesome. Like sometimes I will even on my private Instagram, I will like put it on my story or something. Like, it's so cool, like those videos. But I think we have a question from Yumiko-san, but it's in Japanese, so どうぞ。
毎日のバレエ生活からバレエを手放す時はとても勇気がいりませんでしたか？すっごく勇気がいりました。生きてる中で多分一番勇気がいったし、一番時間がかかりましたね。なんか完全に手放すまでに時間がめっちゃかかったし、Sorry, I'm talking in Japanese.
大丈夫、大丈夫。どうぞどうぞ。
Yeah, it took a long time, really. And I still don't know if I... Yeah. もう全部手放せたかどうかもまだわからないぐらいです。まだかかってます。Yeah, she was... So Yumiko-san asked like, wasn't it hard to like let it go? Because I was doing ballet every day. When I had to like let go, wasn't it hard?
That's a very
And I
good
said
question.
it was hard.
I think so.
本当に hardest thing that I've ever had in my life. 本当に still is still.
Yeah, sometimes maybe kind of, do you want to come back to that, like to dancing sometimes?
I mean, I still like it. Yeah, I mean,
maybe for some videos. You can demonstrate your ballet skills.
It's just, it's not easy. Like, I don't know. I should be more like, I don't know, easy on this. But I'm always like, I have this pride.
Oh, okay.
That I can't just like break. So I'm always like, It's hard. It's complicated.
I think so. It's a big decision. That's so.
Sophia-san, if you don't mind, why did you decide to come back to Japan? First of all, my visa expired. When I was in Washington D.C., president switched to Trump from Obama-san. And he decided not to support any kind of like artist visa or like student visa, but not like university, but like dancing industry or something like that. You know? And it was really, really hard keep living there as non-American person. And it was really expensive to extend the visa and stuff. And at the time, I was like, I don't know, should I go back? But then, part of me, I really didn't want to go back. Part of me, I was like, so tired, just being in the situation. As a Japanese person, like living there, doing ballet, like, without support. So, yeah, that was the reason.
Right. Just in general, I would like to really, really like 本当に thank you to coming here.
Of course.
Probably everybody knows, but we know each other, we're friends. But it's really interesting to get to know you from this more professional and also kind of like, you know, your past. And that's really, really interesting, the struggles. Like, you know, I would say to everybody, going abroad is always a challenge. It's never easy.
Always a challenge, yeah.
Never easy. But would you say it was worth it?
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
That made me this now. It's
right?
Like, that made who I am right now.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah. Definitely very interesting TGIF.
Everything is like connected and everything happens for a reason, I would say. So I went to the States for ballet, but hey, I got my English, came back to Japan. Because I had my English, I had this friendship with Meya or Ari or mates, right? Like if I couldn't speak English, I'm not here, I couldn't talk to you, I couldn't make this connection. So probably many people of you feeling the same way, right? Like joining LanCul session, talk to the mates, you couldn't have done if you didn't take a step forward.
Right. Getting to know different people and cultures.
Exactly. Everything happens for a reason. Everything connects, so.
Yeah. And well, we don't have any more questions, so it's 41 on the clock, so we will be finishing, but with that beautiful words from Natsu, actually, like that was an amazing conclusion. I feel like this was more kind of like one of the deeper TGIFs we had.
本当?
Yeah. So I'm really, really grateful, and it's actually my first TGIF after I came back from Poland, so I'm really happy we did that. And thank you for joining me.
Of course, thank you for having me.
And guys, thank you for joining as well. I hope you enjoyed that Christmas special with Natsu-chan. And you can always catch her TikTok, Facebook? What? Where did I say Facebook? TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, and also sometimes in branches when there's...
Yes. I show up sometimes, so
from time
say
to time.
hi to me.
Yeah, you
if
can
you
be
see
lucky
me.
to catch Natsu as well in branches sometimes. So
ありがとうございました。
if you want some more,
はい。
those things. But yeah, thank you guys so much.
Thank you. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
I hope to see you soon.
Yeah, and we will be seeing you not next week, but in 2 weeks for TGIF. We don't have TGIF next week, but in 2 weeks we're gonna have with Louise. Is gonna be our guest. So thank you guys so much. Merry Christmas.
Merry
Thank you, Natsu,
Christmas.
again.
Thank you, Meya. I almost say Ari.
It happens every day. No, not every day.
I spend too much time with Ari.
It's okay. I understand. You guys do
Thank
great.
you, Meya. 良いお年を皆さん。We say 良いお年を。
あーね。
はい、良いお年を。ありがとうございます。
Thank you guys so much, and
Thank
see you next time.
you.
Bye.